Good Saturday evening. Welcome to American Ricci Mahjong League Championship Series 2026 semifinals. This is the table two, finishing up between Matthew, Arthur, Brian, and Stanley. Nathaniel here to take you along through the coverage, joined by potentially Mohan, potentially others as we move through these games. It was an exciting first two rounds with Matthew and Korak exchanging first and second places, Brian and Stanley exchanging third and fourths. So currently a pretty healthy gap where the top two advance into the final tables. Mohan, how's it going? Are you prepared for today's action?
It's doing good. It looks like we're getting some very good action happening right now across the way. Matthew's pulling up for 13 Orphans hand, and we already rejected Tenpai looking for Tanyao. It's already very exciting, even on the East one of this exciting day.
Absolutely. Brian, as you noted, the closest to catching up to the top two, but needs to make up a roughly 73-point gap, 74 points maybe. And so he's not willing to just take this penchant for Ricci only. He's going to aim for a bigger hand.
Mm-hmm. Yes,
And
and it looks like Matthew's sort of given up on the Kokushi idea, perhaps going for something half outside, which I actually didn't try to count how many term. Oh, but actually, it looks like Stanley already gets a Tenpai.
oh, and this is huge too. That 8-pin that was hanging out in Brian's hand as he hoped to move towards Tanya is actually going to deal in if he gets the improvement in the so's that he's been looking for. And certainly he will slam a Ricci if he does draw that so tile. So really Brian's only hope is to either draw something like a 7-pin for the 2d10 Ricci, or maybe just take this now.
That could be middle leech.
Welcome, Yi. Just deal a Ricci. Well, we're back where we started, back on that 7-pin, but this time at least he won't deal in immediately.
Now we still have 2 7-pin left in the wall. That's a lot.
And all the 8-pin have been drawn to the 5-pin held as well, so only 2 tiles for this good weight for Stanley, and that means it's 2 versus 2.
Yep.
Suji created on the 7-pin, and Matthew is trying to defend here, but he still has 9 zone 4 pin to go.
Yep.
4 so now clears from Stanley as well, so Matthew should be able to escape now.
Yeah, I think we'll be safe. And it's still 1 versus 1, 2 versus 2.
It's going to be really interesting to see the dynamics of these two games. Given the score situation, Matthew and Arthur both have some incentive to just stay away, not deal in. But you can't be too passive because then it'll just make it easier for the other players to catch up.
Correct, running out of Genbutsu. Have to blame Suji.
We'll just take Tenpai.
Okay.
Not enough save tiles? Just grab more points.
Yep. Ooh, pretty nice hand. Brian.
Brian already pretty close to Tenpai, merely 2 tiles away, and could end up on a double Sudi Trap 2-pin, 8-pin Shampong weight.
Maybe. Or it could be a Sanshoku based on the drawing.
Absolutely. If you draw 6-pin or even 4-pin, could find your way cutting one of the pairs, and definitely Brian will be thinking about that. Quark on the right, not the strongest hand. Maybe just play very slowly. Across the way, Matthew not doing too badly. Could call his West Yakuhai if he would like, although we'd be lacking a pair. And Stanley had a very exciting hand. It's Ishanten currently.
Yep.
Is there a way to get more value, though, than Ricci Nomi out of this?
Ishanten for Brian.
Notably, Brian pulled the 6 Mon, so 4, 5, 6 Sanchoku's still alive.
Yep. And Korak already cut the 4 Mon to make the hand safer.
Korak does have
Three
east pair, so he can open the hand if he chooses.
That sounds weird.
So this is kind of interesting. A lot of times you would just cut the 5-pin here, but both the 8-pin and 2-pin have come out once already. So Brian
Yeah.
will follow cut.
And Korak was 210. The shape is bad, but 210 is 210.
Another 5-pin out, so none of these pairs working out just yet. Perhaps trying to evaluate if holding this 5 so is better than getting some extra diamond acceptance by holding an 8-pin.
Yep. And Korak's H on 10. Still holding the Dora. Even the Dora is once cut.
There it is, the draw that opens up his hand. Now he just has to choose which pair to cut away. Go with the 5-pin. Cheek, Korak moves. Well, it could have been Tempai, but there'd be no Yaku. Plans to call the east. And aims to end up on the Chundanki.
Tanyao improvement for Brian.
In the meantime, Matthew's been Tempai 5-8-pin after calling the west. Just trying to shut this hand down, although a lot of the 5-8-pin has already been discarded already, so not that many tiles live for this weight.
Yep.
Pom.
Pong. 10 for Korak.
Oh, the
Dora
Chun-
Tangi and Dora.
Dong.
Korak not shying away.
Yeah. Just Tenpai right on time.
Don't you know that I've been waiting for you? The Chun did come out just on time.
For the tune. Here Korak's dealership with no door, no shape. The hand looks pretty slow. And to the right, Matthew has the Hanyao shape. Pretty nice. 4 pair. And Stanley. Ooh, another pair. The hand looks slow, but you can see the Tanyao.
Ooh. I know Korak is really appreciating this 1-3-5-7-9 shape of his hand. I think it's his favorite shape in the game. I say that with full sarcasm. He hates it.
Wow.
Could this be a cheat away for Matthew? Oh, it is. So he'll
But yeah, Dama. It's
this-
already 64. Enough.
no Dora here, so just Tanya Chitoy.
Pom.
Yep.
Pulled for Brian.
Pong.
The flush is making progress. Also, north is Yakuhai as well, so trying to figure out if he could use another 3-pin somehow to make it Hanuman.
Yep. Or can make it Itsu.
This is a really interesting decision for Matthew, because if he chooses a terminal weight or an honor weight, he'll probably want to declare the Ricci to increase the
Gee.
value of the hand, but at the same time, he doesn't want to Ricci when there's the scary Mongon showing on the board. So if
Yep.
that's the case, he might just hold a Tanyao title to increase the value while not having to declare Ricci. The 7 so he
and
knows
Brian's-
Brian will discard if it gets drawn.
Will it be a Tsumogi Reach?
リーチ
Oh my.
Yep. Here we go. Tsumogi Reach. Aiming to direct heat Brian.
But this is a scary proposition. Remember, Brian is chasing Matthew down in the standings. If this is a direct hit for Mongon, that will be a 16,000 point exchange and a huge bit of the amount that Brian needs to catch up with.
Oh. Q7 so left with 2 5-pin left. It's
There it
super
is.
Still, oh, the
No.
7 so. Nora, please. Could be Dora 2, to be fair.
Just
Yeah.
6,400, but that is an aggressive look from Matthew. Taking the Mongon head on and winning. I am reminded of game 2, where Matthew, in the lead, I believe, took a similar Tanya Ricci, or Tanya Ricci got chased down by Brian as the dealer, and ended
right
up
now,
falling to 4th after dealing in.
Matthew starting with Dora 3. Possible Tanyao. It's really powerful dealer hand.
Powerful enough to freeze our camera for a second.
Yep. Technique issue. Haku. If Matthew can draw another ASO pair or Haz pair, that could be a Liuiso.
All right, that might be dreaming a little bit too much. I guess we draw 8
Very
so, we
nice.
cut something like 4 mon. Then we draw 3 so, cut 8 mon.
Ooh.
Or no, we're just Tempai.
Just discard Hatsu.
Matthew, no content here on this stream.
Fair enough, fair enough.
Only eyes for Tanyo.
Baku draw 3 Hatsu in a row.
No!
Oh,
Second
my
Hatsu. Biggie, did you just curse Matthew's hand?
well, you don't believe in Yakuman, and you could draw the 3rd.
Nietzsche.
Leech.
Stanley.
Ipeiko or a Yasume Nomi.
Yeah, it's when you look at the shape, you kind of envision it without the
And
1 pin
home.
being a valid winning tile.
Yep. Matthew coming to the Ishanten and draw the 4-pin deal intel. The 4-pin super loose. But still have a lot of pins to
Leech.
catch to. Ooh, another leech.
Yeah, Brian also trying to catch up Rishi Pinhu. No door though.
And actually, that could be a double round.
Oh, that would be significant.
If you Matthew Tempai here, discard a 4-pin. That could be a double round.
Yeah, it'd be very easy to take a tempo for 12,000 points.
Yeah. Oh, the
No.
1-pin Genbutsu of Brian. The point is you don't want to deal into Brian due to the condition.
Right. And if the 1 pin passes, then there's slightly higher chance that the 4 pin will pass as well.
Yep.
But ends up getting the Yasume for Stanley, the cheap side, and so it'll be Korakin first, Stanley in second going into his dealership.
Oh, nice ASO. Now, is Ishanten for Stanley? Bad shape, but Ishanten's Ishanten.
There is a small look towards 789 Sanshoku, or maybe you could turn it into 678 Sanshoku by improving your bad shapes.
That's possible. And also, Tanya is also possible if you get something permanent like 6-pin.
Well, the 2 pin already came out, so normally this would be a difficult choice, but I think Stanley will easily just discard it back.
Yep. 6-pin, another pair from Korak. Sanzo. Better than the Pinchan shape. So break up this 8-mon, 9-mon.
Yeah, I would consider starting with the 9 mon first, though, just in case we draw a 6 mon.
Yeah, also you pair up the 8-mon.
Oh, the Sanshoku draw.
Sancho draw, but you already break that. And now you can welcome the second Dora. That's also good news. And the call from Korak. That's Ishanten. Back to Ishanten, but shape is not that good.
Can still hope for the 6 pin draw towards Tanya, and also the second Dora draw. Khan,
Oh, Khan.
instantly. Now,
7-pin, 9-pin? No, 7-pin's new Dora. Ah, that's tricky. Could be Ooh.
Maybe evaluates the 8-pin as a little bit too difficult.
Yeah, makes sense. But like if he decide to cut the 3-mon, it's not surprised.
3, yeah, absolutely. I think 3 mana, of course, very efficient. And sometimes you can compensate for the loss of the Dora by finding e-pickle here.
Yep. And Ishanten for Matthew.
Headless, looking for a pair.
And the Wanso is powerful as Tanky. So if Matthew draw the 5-8, so I think he would Tanky on the Wanso.
Oh, wow. Beautiful draw.
Doesn't matter. Pingfu.
Not going to dom with the Pincho either. Gonna try to maximize value here. The
Yeah,
gap
with
to
new
Brian is not that
Condora.
large.
The Condora could always bring you some value.
Currently reaching Pinshu Dora. So automatically Mongon, Sumo, and good Uda chances. Oh, there's the Sumo.
Oh,
Now, how about those good Uda chances?
Ura one would be a honey.
Of
Yes,
course,
honey.
Hanemon for Matthew.
Yes, that should be.
we can cheer for all of the wins, and then
Yep,
it's
we'll cheer for all the wins.
exactly.
My point.
Of course, neither of us have any stake in this game. Matthew and already had a significant advantage, or a pretty healthy advantage, I should say. So that big Hanemon Sumo is going to put him in a super strong position. And it looks like, once again, going to the South rounds, we have the two that started this series on top. Currently on top in this game.
Nice Kanchan from Matthew. Human. Lianmen.
Again, for Brian and Stanley, it's imperative to find a first place here.
Yep. Oh, pair up the Hatsu, so Stanley have the Yaku here. Can open hand and end again fast. So far, everyone's hand looks pretty slow. Oh, didn't pawn the first one.
That's even the second one. So Stanley refuses to open this hand, believes it needs to be worth more.
And do you think Stanley would call the West or not?
No.
No.
I know, actually, I can guarantee that he will not call the West.
Oh, the West is dead.
Now,
I just noticed the West is the right indicator.
So it's definitely going to be a Chitoy.
Yep, that's gonna be Chitoy. Chi. Brian is Liang Shanten, but Tanya is not confirmed yet.
Yeah, so normally this would not be a Chi that you would like to make. However, given this particular situation where Brian must retain the dealership at all costs, and Matthew has opened his hand showing speed in a situation where, from first place, he doesn't need to make himself vulnerable, this really incentivizes Brian to match the speed as much as he can. And so with a 7, so fills one of the bad shapes, it almost feels like a requirement to call.
And also, Korra just refused the Chitoy Shanten and breaking the 9-man pair.
Korak refusing Chitoy?
So normal. How about the South here? But Korra pawned this one, the last South. No, it's not coming out yet.
There's the awkward draw
Very
for
nice
Brian.
and once cut corner for Chitoy, and that's internal fully 10 for Brian.
Now, this is okay because if the 4-mon comes out, he can still Chi and cut the 6-mon. He doesn't have the issue of swap calling.
Yep.
But if his Ishanten, I think he might even just cut the 1-mon, depending on how late it gets in the hand.
Yeah. K10 is useful as well.
Also
I
notice
keep the ace as safe tell.
Stanley has also changed his approach to this hand. Normally you might, well, I guess 9-mon, 9-mon pair cut induces the 9-mon out of his hand, but also just cutting tiles that are less helpful for Brian, even if they would be good weights for his own Chitoy.
Yep.
But depending on how things go, he might actually prefer that Brian stay tempai in order to maximize the number of chances that he gets to win a Mongon or a Hanemon hand.
Yep. Matthew is Ishan 10 of Tanyao. Joradora.
That might stop this hand. We can drop the tune first, but
Also, the Dora dealing rate into Brian is not that high because if you're waiting on Dora, then what's your Yaku?
exactly. And if you were dealing into Stanley, would Stanley really be tempai and not declare Ricci,
Yeah, that's the point.
given the
So,
number of points that he needs?
if Matthew Tempai, he could probably cut the Dora here.
Brian is not going to get there, looks like. Needs a pawn.
That's sad because Korak not gonna fit the pawn. Oh,
Matthew gets
Tempai.
tempai. Will
Let's
he
go
make that
Dora.
read? He does.
Yep.
Professional play from Matthew. And he'll pick up 3,000 points, the only player tempai.
That's a lot. Not only get rid of Brian's dealership, but also win 3,000.
Yeah, that's a pretty significant play there for Matthew. I really don't think that I would have willed myself to cut that in this position, just because in the off chance that I somehow deal into some ridiculous hand, that'll be very bad for me. I don't think I'd be able to will myself, but Matthew trusts the read.
Korak hand super fast. Already Ishan 10. Is there any chance Korak didn't take Tempai and cut the 6-man pair going for Hongitsu?
I would
Probably
believe it.
Qing.
I would believe it. Yeah, probably Chinitsu.
Yep, a nice 4-man lemon improve for Matthew. Could be a Pingfu.
I think if Korak
Stanley.
even drew the 3-pin here, he wouldn't like the weight.
Yeah.
3-pin, 6-pin, 6-mon, but you're holding what, 5, 7 of those tiles.
Home.
And yeah, he was just looking for an excuse to open.
Home.
Hongitsu Ishan 10, Qingitsu,
Oh,
Hongitsu Tempai.
Is it again the Chun Tanki on Matthew?
Chun.
Matthew
Not
learned.
today.
Matthew learned.
At least not now.
Oh, but this is a better.
Tempai. Qingitsu. Wow. Oh, push the 3-pin. Brian is Ishan 10 as well.
Yeah, Brian can't afford to play defensively here,
Yep.
even if it means he deals it. There's a tempai.
Eat.
Oh,
Probably 9 mon.
Tempai lead.
Yeah, and this is not a normal middle tile Ricci. It's not a fantastic, I should say, Ricci, but when you're desperate, you'll go for a lot.
Yep. And also, 1-6 left, and you only need 1 to win. Sanzo. And Sanzo just passed. So 6 will become a Nagasuji. And 7! Oh my god, 12,000.
Yeah, Korak looks at that situation, says, the only safe tile I have is 3-pin. That's not good enough to give up my 12,000 point tempai with strong weight.
That's the...
Instantly rewarded.
Yep.
So I was wondering, coming into this game, if Matthew and Korak would play a more passive strategy to make sure they didn't fall down. Yeah, quite the opposite is happening. They're winning all the hands,
Yep.
taking advantage of the fact that the other 2 players must be aggressive.
Yep. And then Brian is going to Hongitsu with Kokushi alive. Correct, Liangshanten with pretty fast hand. Matthew is pretty slow, but he don't need to win right now. Just play safe.
Stanley here, one
Ishan
pin
for
cut.
Stanley.
Might even continue to cut the rest of these pin tiles.
Oh, that's tricky. 4 so next to Dora, so keep it. Cut the south. Ishan 10 for Korax.
All right, will Korak Ricci?
3-6 pin, probably yes. But 5-8 mon, probably Dama.
How about 365?
Huh.
I guess the 5 there aren't any left.
Yeah. So that's a Dama on 5-8. Because you can obviously see that Brian is doing Honitsu here because he need value. So when you're waiting on the Monza, it's not coming out from other players. Could be a Dama, but could be a chase here. Or just full fold.
He has the tiles with which to fold. If he's not
Yep.
taking the oh wow, he bought some more.
Oh, 이받스모. 이받스모. 빙수 우라우라. Nope. And that's 2,000, 4,000.
So Stanley now can challenge for first.
Yep.
But yeah, if Korak
And if
wasn't gonna
Stanley can end up first here, then he will have the condition, I believe.
would like to drag either Korak or Matthew below 30,000 points if he's gonna get the first. Because if they're gaining points, then
Yep.
still has a really tough condition. Wow. Brian sees his hand.
Kokshi. Brian has Kokshi here.
All the wins,
Kokshi-
all the dragons, all the ones. He's just missing 9 Mon, 9 Pin, 9 So, and a pair.
So it's 3 Shanten, but actually 2 Shanten.
Right. And
Could that be a Kokshi back then?
unsurprisingly,
Starting back.
Korak calling quickly for Tanyo. He absolutely recognizes what Brian is doing. He knows that he will get middle tiles.
And that is Ishanten for Korak.
Technically, Ishanten for Matthew as well.
Ooh.
There's the pair.
Now it's Ishanten Kokshi. Need all the 9. The good news is all the 9 are still alive. The bad news is only 1 9-man left. And that's in Matthew's hand.
Oh, the 9 So is dead. It just died.
Oh, the 9 so that as well. So it's over. But may still have a chance to 10 pie for Brian.
Matthew Tempai holds the Dama.
Yep. 6-man bad shape. Easily improved to Liangmin. With almost all the Manzi.
Home.
Hon, aiming for 10 pie. And here's 10 pie for Korak, waiting on 4-7-man. If Matthew draws something from 1-man to 6-man, 1-man to 5-man, the 7-man could come out.
Home.
Yeah, and I'm certainly Matthew's hoping for something like the 1 Mon draw that gives Pinfu and Itsu chance.
Yep. Oh, the 6-man, Yakunashi.
Nashi.
That could be a Chi. And cut the 9-man doing fully 10 man.
Maybe Chi 456 cut 7 Mon is more likely, but this is the improvement.
And also dealing.
リーチ
Leech.
Wrong.
Only 1,000 points. Perfectly acceptable
Yeah.
number for Matthew to sacrifice here. And we look to all last.
And now it's Stanley's show. He really need to win a lot here, at least to take over the first place. And this hand looks pretty winnable. Hot Dora 1.
If this was a non-dealer hand, he might consider forcing some type of Chanta for some extra value, but as a dealer hand where he can repeat, he'll just go for maximum efficiency and gets the value with the door pair anyway.
Yep. And Banyu is the Hazu is Mochi Mochi with Brian. I'm not gonna pawn and do this hand fast, but still can Menzen Tenpai.
치,
Chi. Korak Adotsuke on the Red Dragon.
Each on 10 for Stanley. Getting there closed would be excellent.
홈,
Yep.
Would you chi 3-so if you were Stanley?
Probably yes.
홈,
It's going to be a
As you will feel the
Tenpai.
pressure from Matthew.
Yeah.
홈,
Now, of course, Stanley cannot care whatsoever about Matthew.
Yep.
홈,
Tenpai for Korak on the 4-so. Both Matthew and Korak ready for that tile. If Stanley draws a 3-so, it will be a double run.
New Shanten for Brian as well. 7-1 just passed. Tong is game is Shompai. But Matthew definitely turn off the call bottom. Chi, Pong. Could be a Pong and Tenpai. We need
Pong.
7-1 for Brian.
Does take the Tenpai.
4-1. Will Matthew risk this one?
If he deals in for Mongon, it's totally fine for him.
Yep.
But at the same time, he doesn't have to give up those points.
And decide not to do that. Of the 4-1.
Actually, I don't think it's that bad to just push the 4-mon in this instance because it's really impossible. Okay, there's Toy Toy.
Yep.
Tanyao, Toy Toy, Chinitsu is a Baimon. So I guess
It's
there's
Baimon.
a way
But
to lose more points than you're having
not
to.
enough here left for Toy Toy. And here's to move back Gorak end the game.
The Tanya,
300, 500.
not Tanyao, Chun Yakuhai. We'll end it. Once again, the Chun being Korak's friend. It is going to be Korak the winner, plus 29.4. Matthew in second place, 13.1. Stanley takes the third, plus 4.7. Brian eats the fourth, minus 47.2. So that will change position, but not really in a meaningful way. We see a very symmetric scoreline, actually. $75.38 at the top, 75.2 at the bottom. All right, what are the mathematical chances that we have a complete reversal? Stanley to Matthew is the easiest in one game.
127 points.
Spell out for me how you gain net over a player 127.
Yeah, that's really hard.
Well, presumably you'll be taking a first place and they'll be taking a fourth place. So that's
Yep.
30 points of Uma difference.
Checking by the status of ARML, the highest single game point is 119. The top from Travis, which is 119.2 points. That's the highest of ARML's game.
And one of Brian has actually scored over 100 points. He has the second highest total. So if you add his score plus 30 points of Uma difference, that will actually make up the gap from fourth place to first place.
Just break the record you made by yourself. Sounds easy, huh?
Easy, easy.
Easy. Let's do this.
Of course, this is table 2. Session 1 is already locked up. The games played out actually in a very similar fashion to how they are in this position. Two players jumped out ahead and then just sort of confirmed their way to the championship match. Similarly, Korak and Matthew up top, unless something miraculous happens.
Yep.
Should be moving forward. And we're definitely going to see some non-traditional play. We already got to witness unbridled aggression from both Brian and Stanley in the last game. And this is going to be even crazier because I suspect we're going to see more Yakuman attempts.
Yep. Especially for Brian.
Of course, when it gets to your dealership, you can play very standard. However,
Yep.
any non-dealer hand, you want to really maximize the number of points that you're getting.
Yep. So it's basically when you have Dora, you go for Dora, and when you don't have Dora, go for Hongitsu.
Or whatever
And
closest Yakuman you have. Ryuiso, Suanko, Kokushi.
the Anko would be powerful at this point.
Yeah, right now you actually don't want sequences.
Yep.
Unless it's some sort of Baimon type sequence hand. Richi Patsumo, Tanyao Pinhu, Ippei Gosanshoku. The works.
Ooh.
Just a couple minutes away from this game starting. Stanley will be our first dealer. And then Brian on the right. Matthew across the table. Korak on our left.
The point for this game for Korak and Matthew is how many Yakuhai pair high pie would they get?
Enough Yakuhai pairs, and you can think about Daisangen, Josushi, Suiso.
A lot of chance, a lot of possibility. We approaching the start.
Yeah, the players, of course, took a couple minutes to analyze the scores and just make sure that they knew their conditions. It's not likely that one of them will get that chance, but if you do, you don't want to be computing that your condition mid-hand, right?
Yeah, definitely no.
So 127.3 for Stanley, 138.8 for Brian. Game 4 underway. No Yakuhai pairs for Stanley.
But could be a Hongitsu or just play efficiency.
As dealer, Stanley, of course, can just play efficiently, although this hand has some work to do on the right. Brian, also very standard-looking hand. No Dora either. In fact, none of the players holding the Dora 8-mon.
And Brian will keep all the pairs, hoping to triple it, and aiming for the Suanko. So it's not going to be like normal. He will keep all the pair. Chitui Shanten for Brian.
Dora comes out early from Matthew. Doesn't immediately fit in the hand, so he clears it. Korak, nice 4-mon draw, moves into Ishantem.
Yeah.
Was holding out on the 3, so just in case he can maybe play for a Sanchoku, but decides that the Chun is a better keep at this moment. Well, now the 2-mon is just so wide towards a Tanyao shift, and Korak does love a good Tanyao, especially in a situation where his goal is just to win hands and move the dealership forward.
Yep. And if Matthew somehow fit Korak with one call and Korak show he's doing Tanyao, Matthew will feed another one.
Yeah, this is actually
Chi.
gonna be. There's the Chi. The funny that Matthew is sitting next to Korak. It's likely that one of them would be next to the other in some form, but you can make this type of game. Now, Matthew just gets 3-sided Tempai, so he will slam that Richi. Korak immediately draws the dealing tile, but will not drop it just yet.
Yep.
Probably gonna just take
Chi.
this Tempai and deal in.
Yeah.
ドン
Each Pingshu. And one Ura. Fair enough. 39.
Wouldn't
I
it be
think
cool?
Korak's doing okay about that.
Yeah, as long as he's not dealing into Stanley mainly.
Yep. And Brian, the hand looks
Boom.
fine, but no Dora. And Matthew Nimi pawned the ton.
That's so fast. Yaman Ishanten on turn 3 already.
ポン
Yeah.
Class A Yaman at that 1 mon, 4 mon, 1 pin, 4 pin. And Brian will probably have to drop one of these mon tiles eventually. Doesn't have to do it now. Goes the 1 so and presumably the 1 mon in the very near future, even here. We'll go 7 so first.
Keep Sanjaku alive, so keep the 2 so.
Now that's
Yeah, man.
efficient. No, Tanya.
No.
Tanya Sanjo is too strong.
That's a Tenpai from Matthew. 1 4 mon.
Yeah, very
A
easy.
ドン
mon.
To cut
Easy
that into the
1000.
hand, it's just too fast.
Yeah, it's way too fast.
And now Matthew, this is the first chance that we'll get to see how one of the players that are ahead chooses to play their dealership. They could just fold.
缶
Con. New Dora 6 so. Well, Brian has 1. Chito Ishante for Matthew.
If Matthew was trying to fold, he's doing a poor job. Just trying into Tempai.
Sanzo.
Oh, the 6-0 could have been Chitoidor too if he had perfect foresight.
Oh, Amon. Liang Shanten for Brian. And could be a Toyota improvement for Matthew.
Wouldn't it be funny if Matthew got the Suanko that Brian and Stanley are looking for? No, stays with the
That's
format.
instantly kill the game. He will kill.
Well, that's a second Anko in the discards.
Yep.
And these pairs, though, are very live outside of the 9 pin. The dragons are twice in the wall, both of them.
Simon. So Brian didn't call that, and now it's Ishanten. Aiming for 6 months, so do the Sagiri of 5 months.
Although if players notice the lag on the 5 mon, they'll know that it's unlikely to be Stanley because he can't really afford to open his hand.
The 6 months just came
Boom.
out. And Pong from Korak. Hongitsu Ishanten.
リーチ
And Tenpai. Leech. Shuntanki from Matthew. Oh!
リーチ
Korak draws
Should
the
become the
tune immediately.
Genbutsu of Stanley.
And Korak's out.
Correct up bad if Brian draw the last tune. Oh, Zumo.
ズモ
Sumo.
Leech Zumo Chitoi Dora 4.
Dora 4?
Oh,
Not
not
quite.
now.
Not quite.
32,000 3,200 R is a lot.
It is. Matthew doesn't know where the brake pedal is. Up to 45.5.
Nice Dora Kanchan drawing by Stanley. Pretty fast hand. Correct to the pay uncle. Ishante for Matthew. Super fast.
Again, Matthew getting everything he could possibly want in these 2 games.
Tenpai.
リーチ
Leech.
Strong weight, 1 pin, 9 pin.
Yep. 2 left in the wall. And the Stanley can chase up. It's Ishan Temple Stanley as well. Takame Itsu.
Yeah, if he draws 6, 8, 9 pin, he will definitely take the Itsu weight.
But if he draw the 5-6, so they have to be chase. Sanzo just passed. Pretty easy to push 6 so if Tenpai.
And the more points that Matthew or Korak accumulate, the less they have to worry about getting chased and dealing into a sort of game reversing situation.
Chun. Pushing everything against Matthew. And there's Tenpai
Each.
for Brian.
Yeah, if he was thinking about
No.
Sulanko, though, this is the way to do it. Instead, we'll just take this
Mr.
reach.
Ipatsulon. If Brian chooses the 1/4 man, can Ipatsulon the Takame from Matthew?
Would have been Ricci Pats Tanya.
Ichi plus Tanya plus Ura.
Yeah, we'll have to check the Ura later. If we get it, there is only 1 9 pin remaining in the wall. Stanley has backed away.
Yep.
Quark actually in full defense mode. We saw that in the previous hand when Matthew dropped a 9 pin to declare Ricci. Quark could have called into a pretty good Tempai, but said, if I deal into dealer for 12,000 points or worse, I'll be in a pretty significant 4th place, and that could be devastating in the future.
Oh, to
4
One choice.
Oh, would have been Ura-san for Brian.
Ura-san. But the run choice. Each plus Tanya Ura-san, that's 12,000 direct heat. And Brian missed that.
Matthew, though, continues to win that for only 2,000 points plus Homba.
Yep.
And as long as he keeps getting good high pie, he'll continue to win hands. If he gets something that's a bit weak, he will fold at with ease. He'll not worry about that. This might be his weakest chance so far. In the meantime, Korak, pretty strong. He shot that already with Tanyao. Will definitely open up for the Tanyao if he's given a tile that he can call. Stanley working towards maybe 1, 2, 3 Sanchoku as a value option.
Ishan 10? No, still Ishan 10. Matthew can call here with enough block of Tanya. Chitoi. Brian's making the choice.
Here's a call option.
Didn't take it. And Tsumugi the Dora.
Matthew, no use for the door, so it comes out immediately. Triplet now for Brian.
It's pretty hard. Come from the Liangmen shape.
Okay, but do you see the vision?
Right.
We just draw 1 pin, and then a 3 pin, then a 5 pin, and a 7 pin and 8 pin. Shoot him.
And pay up. And pay and yep.
Oh, wow.
Tenpai.
This is the perfect draw. It's
Reach.
Sanchoku chance as well. This is kind of crazy. Meanwhile, Quark has been Ishan 10 forever with these.
That's a brutal leech. Tenpai
Tenpai.
for
Yeah, Stanley's not going to take
didn't
that.
do that.
And immediately Brian draws
Gosh.
Takame.
Ipatsu. Really? Now. But still 1/4 11, 2/7 11 wall. And Korak Tenpai.
Tsumo.
Waiting on 5. Oh, Tsumo. Tsumo Tanya. Urasan. Please no.
We've gone from cheering for every win to begging Matthew to please just lose a hand. Okay, how about this one? Jinchon Chanta? No. 6 pin is going to end those thoughts. Another good start for
gonna
Korak, Tanya type tiles. Across the way, Stanley with a lot of pairs. Brian, relatively mediocre. Hype.
It's chance for Korak. Take that and breaking the not guarantee Tanya Lianmen. Oh. And Stanley's hand looks slow. Brian's aiming for some value. Pretty hard to find value for that hand. And no improvement to Matthew as well. And the Korak draw the perfect Lianmen.
Chi.
Ooh. Stanley open hand with a Sanshoku.
Also backup of the tone, possibly, if you can
Yeah.
find the second copy. At some point, you just have to say, get me out of this dealership so that I can get to my dealership and start racking up the points.
Ooh. And Matthew is Liang Shanten now, drawing the perfect Kan Liang So. Yu Shanten for Stanley. Sancho confirmed. And Atotsuke.
There's
Home.
the East, so will be Sanchoku and East.
Sancho again is
Problem.
waiting on the 8 pin.
It's waiting on the 8 pin.
The 8 pin is all dead.
Completely held. Two Pandora actually hasn't been seen by any of the players except for Brian. I was thinking that, the most likely pin shape to cut is the 1-2 pin because it overlaps with the 4-5 pin acceptance. But actually, you don't ever want to drop the door there, so 8-9 pin might actually be the better discard.
Looks way better. One, 3, 5, 7, 8.
Ah. 1-1.
1, 1. I'm not correct. I don't like that. 8 mon. Sanzo, they look like
Chi.
Fufode.
Yeah, 8-mon may be worried about the 7-9-7-9 shape from Stanley.
Or just the 8 mon pawn.
Yeah, he did drop it before and it did get sheed by Stanley, but he is, I'm sure, suspecting some type of chanta.
Yep.
Brian looking to just find Tempai gets there. No Yaku.
Catch Tenpai for Matthew. Will he take that?
Yeah,
Chi.
we get to see if he wants to stay dealer. Yes.
Yes.
Well, looks like we're heading to Ryukyoku then.
Yep. But there's still 4, 7 pin left.
Ooh, 2
Could be
pin.
a Hote.
Hard to not just drop this from Brian's position.
But if Stanley draw the 4 pin, that could be a Hote. And that's Ryukyoku.
So 3 players Tempai. Korak in last place here, but not by a significant margin, so no need to worry just yet.
Yep. And Korak have the Haku pair. Easy pawn, easy pawn.
Oh, second easy pawn.
Not a Yaku pair.
Promising. The rest of the shapes could do fill. Oh,
Wow.
2 pin.
Perfect Kanchan. Then draw the 8-pin. Pawn. Cutting 2-pin first. Oh,
Wow. Back-to-back
I should say
fantastic
pawn off,
draws.
to be honest. The miracle draw of Kanchan continuously.
Okay, we've got enough 2 pins and 8 pins. Thank you very much.
Thank you, thank you. Tenpai.
Ooh. 5 mon or 6 mon?
Leech.
Dama.
That was fine, but it's pretty
Con.
early. Leech is acceptable.
Con
And
into
con.
Kanchan fill.
That could be a Tsurugi Leech from
Yeah,
Korak.
could definitely.
Oh, is that long thing you don't believe Brian is approaching Tenpai? Leech. Nope. Still down at the hand.
Very committed.
I just want to go above Brian and force a void, and that's it.
Just wants to move the game forward. Well, there's a Ricci. This is potentially expensive if he can get the Sancho side. 3 pins should be pretty safe. So Quark will trust it.
Sumo.
Ah, there's the 2. And you know what? Korak's not even be that happy. He's gonna say, "Why didn't I just reach it?"
I'll rate myself a D.
But no, this is exactly what Quark wanted. He wanted to maximize his win rate chances to just get off of Matthew's dealership, move the game forward.
Yep.
And now it's Quark's turn to sort of flip a coin. Is my high pie good? Am I first to Tenpai? I'll play the hand. Does someone else look threatening, or is my high pie slow? I'll fold the hand.
Matthew had a cheat toy chance. Liangmin for Stanley. Matthewson looks slow, but still have the easy chance.
Chi.
Chi! That's a tiny outplay from Stanley.
With door 2
Try
could
to
turn into
go to his
Mongon.
dealership. He would need to pawn the Dora to make it a Mongon.
If you're Matthew here, can you just feed Stanley the Dora?
Probably no, because you're approaching Chitoi Tenpai and the Dora Tanki is good. You can still use it. Interesting shape. And Tenpai from Stanley waiting on the 2 for Shampoo. Takame Dora-san.
1 2 pin in the wall to draw. 1 4 pin as well.
And then Korak draw the 4 pin and cut the 1 pin and draw the last 2 pin. That's the Jigoku condition.
Just as Matthew breaks from his uncle, draws another triplet. And now she toyed
And
up.
Korak goes. Korak say, I'm out. I don't want to repeat.
Yeah, although I don't know if I would necessarily say fold completely at the start, because he was dropping 6 so that definitely looks like a tile that Stanley could use. But now he's just dropping Gambitsu.
Now it's who can draw the last Dora.
Yeah, between Matthew and Stanley, there is one in the wall.
Still in the wall.
Chi.
Chi. Could that pass the Dora to one of them?
Sumo.
It does!
It does.
Chi to give Stanley the Mongon. It would have been drawn by
Cute.
Korak otherwise.
Oh.
Stanley now. Mongon to the good. Alright, what can you do? You have to make up 127 points. Dealership number 2.
Yakuhai Dora 1 or a Mangan with Itsu or Hongitsu.
Yeah, 6 Mon, not the tile you were that thrilled to see. You just want to keep drawing Sozu and nothing else.
Anso, not gonna cheat that one. 4 months like Edie.
5 8 would at least be Itsu with a Dora.
本
Hong,
Pawn 5 pin.
typing. Yeah, greedy for the value.
Hatsu's still alive, so if we draw that, definitely can move in the direction of Itsu. Oh, but that's a pair.
Okay, that could be Itsu. Choosing Itsu Dora 158 would be a happy value.
Yeah,
for
acceptable
Dela.
number.
Oh.
Could
Nice association cut.
Yeah, just playing efficiently
Value
here.
hedge.
6 Mon is the value hedge, or even 7 Mon if you're really greedy for the Itsu.
Not the Monza crossed the bow into Matthew's hand. Chi and
Good
Hong.
pawn consideration, yeah.
Home first.
Hongitsu with West.
Danny's screaming, "Give my 5 month back!" And he Tui Shanten for Brian. Or it could be a Liang Pei card.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. 2 pin, 2 pin.
Or 5 pin, 5 pin. Draw the last 2 5 pin. Tenpai. Oh, 10. That's not the one you want. ASO. Korak probably hold that because that's Chitui Shanten.
リーチ
Chitoi
Tenpai.
Tenpai immediately reach.
Oh, they didn't choose the 1 month. But the 7 so to confirm the Tanya.
Yeah, it's also Suji trapped.
Yeah. Even though the 1 month is more powerful as City Trap, but for the value,
Certainly
Sumo will
value
be among them.
considerations. And Matthew was just only had one non-Mon or honor tile in his hand. It was the 7 so. But as soon as the reach came out, he folded.
Kyuso Musuji. But no chance. No chance, Dora. Let's
Long.
push. Long! Chundora.
All right, Stanley stays alive here in the dealership. Wow, okay, East
What
pair,
a hand.
Dora
Let's
pair.
Go. Let's go, Yaku Yaku Dora Dora.
How big can you make this
Hong.
hand?
Oh, let's go. Oh, didn't even think about pairing another Yakuhai pair. Just do full efficiency.
Just full efficiency. Gonna chip away.
Now how about Chun's here? Keep Chun as safe tail? Probably.
It still keeps. No, if you're trying to find the Hoitsu, which is pretty common thought. Oh, Dora!
本
This time Matthew feeds
Dora!
the Dora.
And here is the Dora Mangan confirmed. If Stanley can draw another Haku and Khan, that would be a Hanuman on the board.
Stanley would definitely
We
instantly
shall
con anything
Tenpai.
Tenpai.
3 pings better?
They do say 3 pin is a good tile, but of course, Stanley can swap that around to whatever he would like.
Haku, Khan, Lingshan. Nope, not yet.
3/6 Mon. Now, would you trade this 3 Mon for something?
チー
I guess what would you trade it for?
Corner Hanky. But the only order tile left available here is probably Hatsu.
Oh, there's the Khan.
Khan!
There's the Hatsu. Oh, Dora 8!
Dora 8!
Oh, hang on a second.
Oh my god.
We need to reconsider here. All right, we just need one more con. Where's the
That's
East?
a con.
Where is the East?
相撲
Oh, but Sumo Brian
Oh,
shuts it
no!
down. Talking out to end the
What's the
dreams of
title?
Stanley.
He's my 24,000 back.
And Stanley says, all right, if you're going to shut my dealership down, I'm going to shut yours. Hakupon.
We are one step closer to a clip and never reach it.
Yeah, I was actually intrigued about that. 3-6 Mon versus the Hatsu. I think one of the issues for Stanley there was that his hand could be Honitsu definitely dangerous. And the last Tadashi was 3-pin, which was the first pin tile to come out of that hand. So if it is Honitsu, pin Honitsu, that means that it could be some type of honor tile weight.
Yep.
And so perhaps just waiting on a tile that's not Pinzu and not honor is going to be better in the end there. And 3-6 Mon certainly an acceptable weight.
Yeah. And right now, Dear Brian has the Dora Dora, Ishanten for the men's and Tenpai. Correct 2 calls Ishanten, trying to end the game faster.
Matthew incentivized to help Korak finish his hand, but Matthew also just Ishanten himself.
Yep.
And now
Tenpai.
Tenpai. No Yaku.
Now Nobetan.
Yeah, with just Dama here, even with the no Yaku. Would prefer to have a Yaku with the Dama, but there are definitely ways to shift this.
How about this one? 2-5 pin looks pretty good.
It looks good, but also there's no need to reach it from the scoreline.
But you can do that. Even dealing to anyone else is not a big deal.
Home.
Pawn, Tenpai. Let's go. 3-6 Mon, 5 ASO. And dealer is still Ishanten. Is the internal Ishanten my penalty for breaking the dealer Mangon hand?
3-6 Mon has
So
2 tiles, so pretty limited drawing odds for Korak.
yep.
Stanley also will absorb a lot of those Mon tiles into his own hand.
6 nice so.
Not much better. Knights has come out twice.
Pong.
So let's copy the 6. So this is a
Pawn.
poem. There's
And
this-
pass the 6 Mon. But you can deal in.
could also
You
switch.
really have to deal into it. Oh.
This is Pifu, so
Long.
9 Mon. Long. 平府. Stan is gonna hate Pinfu for a while.
Matthew has weathered the
Yep.
storm. In fact, has kind of created the storm up to 53-3.
Yep. And right now at this point, I think both Stanley and Brian is running out of the win condition.
Yeah, you basically need Yakuban. Stanley will aim for Chuden or Sulanko.
Yeah, they
Brian
need double
Suwako here.
Yakuban to win the enough points. And if we didn't win and end up in the Ala South 4, then they need triple Yakuman. Well, triple Yakuman is not that hard. Just Chiho, Suwanko, Zuiso.
So easy.
Triple Yakuman. I'll take the seat of final table.
I wonder who has been the closest to a triple Yakuman in ARML. I know we've had a double Yakuman happen.
We have a double.
We've had, I believe, Tsuiso Shou Sangam.
Zuiso Shosangen. And the one that win is Zuiso Shosushi.
Shou Sushi is what I meant to say if I didn't say that.
And Brian is approaching Suanko now. If he can win a Suanko at this point and then win another double Yakuma in South 4, then he can get Tim Matthew or Korak.
Yeah, I have dragons in my brain because I was looking at the potential at Daisangan Suanko
Mm.
for Brian, but the Haku became twice cut, turned into Shosangan.
Okay, so that just cut the Tumon or Tom.
Might like the Tumon because the
Yeah,
one
you
mon
have
has come out from Korak and Stanley, but the 2-mon hasn't, and he has the 3-mon blocker, so he can tell that the 2-mon's pretty hard to use. So it might be good in the
Yep.
wall, but the Tone comes into hand.
Ah, the tone that hurts. And also Forzo stat. So if Brian still want to win a Suanko, that's gonna be pretty hard. Oh, cut a Forzo here.
Another pair for Stanley. Stanley might be considering Suanko now with a 9-mon triplet.
Yep. Down Shanten for Suanko. And by breaking the Forzo pair, Stanley is step back to 3 Shanten.
Korak,
3 Shantenは遠いでしょう。
ooh, 6-mon keep. Korak considers south-south break for Tanyao there.
Yep. But cut
Boom.
the ASO first. With the 6-mon.
ロン
Boom.
Just double south. Korak neatly moves us into all last. And his condition, don't be Tempai.
Yep. Is end again here.
So this will be
And
the final
Matthew
hand of the
just
game.
win anything. And for Stanley, it's double Yakuman direct hit Korak, or Yombai Yakuman Zumo.
And so, of course, we'll see both Stanley and Brian holding all the honor tiles. That's the easiest way to get double Yakuman.
Yep. And for Stanley, the Kokushi is not enough because we don't have the Kokushi Jusame as double Yakuman. So even with Kokushi direct hit Korak would not make that enough. Huh. 32. 51. Negative. Above 60, yeah.
Yep.
Stanley
32,
need a
32,
double.
64, plus the 11 cap that already exists. 75, plus 30 points of Uma swing. 105. Still short. Brian, door 3, that actually doesn't matter.
Yep.
Because any hand that he wins will not care about the Han.
Yep. And even though Korak didn't won, but he's approaching each other now.
Quark is trying to fold it. The game's just giving him a
Yeah, I
run.
cut all the middle tail and still end up each on 10.
I could be calling that for Tempai.
But I don't want to tenpai. The point is, I didn't want to tenpai.
Yeah, in my game, I had a hand where I also just needed to pass dealership, but I ended up playing for Tempai because I was enticed by the 30,000 mark, but I was always going to break Tempai at the end. And even if Quark finds Tempai here, I imagine he will not reach E and break Tempai at the end. One thing I did forget, though, in that situation, that it was possible. I was waiting for my last discard to break Tempai. But it's possible that someone calls and prevents me from getting another draw with which to break my Tempai.
Oh, that's a play. That's a play.
So I should have broken Tempai sooner.
Yeah.
And Quark here not even accepting a temporary Tempai, just cutting 3, 8, making sure that it's impossible for him to get there. Early on, Korak and Matthew could cut honor tiles. At this stage of the game, the safe tiles will actually be the central ones. Sudoku Ishanten for Brian.
Only 2 draws left. No 10, then it could be an end.
One more draw remains for everyone.
And that's the end. T. No.
Gyukyoku, no players Tenpai. That will do it.
GG. Congratulations to Korak and Matthew.
Stanley nabs second place to finish the game, confirmed third place. Brian played to his condition, of course. Will end in fourth in these standings. But most importantly, it is Matthew and Korak who will be advancing into the championship, the 2025 championship. Joining Nathaniel and Bati.
Yep. And the fun fact is, even though we add the championship point this year, the final 4 players coming to the final as still contain 3 of the season champion.
That's true.
Yep.
I was one of them, Bati another, and Korak a third.
Correct.
It's actually kind of funny, Matthew did not win a championship this year. He was very close on multiple occasions. One game away from winning the season championship. Yeah. And he actually usually gets at least one per year. He's also won the ARML championship before, a couple years ago. He was Tenpai for the win last time. And we'll see how he fares this time. He always seems to do well in these big moments. But it's certainly going to be an exciting finals.
Go. Yeah, I remember last year the championship table, the winner is all left to the all lost hand at that point.
That hand I remember very clearly. Matthew was waiting on the Dora, 7-mon, for the win. I ended up also waiting on the Dora for the win. I dusted, drew 3 copies of the Dora to win.
And the game there, because any one of you win that hand will
win the
confirm
championship. Yes,
championship.
the wall got to decide who was going to be the winner, who was going to give the 7-so to, the 7-mon.
That's a fantastic game.
Hopefully, this championship will also be just as close and exciting.
Yep.
But I think that will do it for us. We have our final table confirmed. We do not know when it will be played just yet. The scheduling for that will happen pretty soon now that the table has been determined. And when we do know, we will share that in the news channel for folks that want to tune in. Aside from that, though, it will be our regular Wednesday broadcast schedule continuing the season, so you can anticipate next week, on Wednesday, we will have continued coverage of the 2026 winter season. A lot of exciting games have already taken place. Even during our preseason show, as we were talking about the pairings, there was a game that was taking place in which 2 players got Suwanko Tenpai in the same hand. And I wish we were watching that game because that would have been fantastic to see. But over the course of this year, we're going to catch a ton of other fantastic moments, just like the one we saw today, where Stanley cons himself into Dora 8, along with his double Yakuhai, and had a chance at either Baimon or even Sun Baimon, depending on how things worked out. But we will have to wait and look for those highlights next Wednesday. Hope to see you then. And Yi, thank you so much for participating in the commentary today. Mohan as well earlier. They were very fun games, and I'm happy that I got to share them with you.
Yep. Enjoy the night.
All right, till next time, everybody. Have a great one, and see you on Wednesday.
Bye bye.